Hello, today I am in Eastbourne, which happens to be Ravilious' hometown, and I'm going to go and take a dip, not in the sea, but into his world and into a gallery just called the Towner Gallery. It's got a little exhibition of his work, a bit about his background and stuff, so I'm going to go and check that out and hopefully see some of the work in the original work, which will be really cool. A little bit about Ravilious himself. He was actually born in Ealing, I believe in 1903. I don't want to get too much into it because it's not a history lesson, but yeah, he was born in London and his family moved down to Eastbourne when he was young. He enrolled eventually into the Eastbourne College of Design, actually. So that's quite an interesting point to make. He was a designer and an engraver before he became sort of a watercolourist. He moved with his family down there. I think his dad was an antiques dealer. He had older siblings. He was the youngest sibling. And yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about him, I think, without going into too much detail. So yeah, I wanted to take that experience of seeing the paintings and create something for myself. Take that inspiration, use it, and do something with it. So that's why I'm here tonight. Literally, it's just about to be nightfall. I'm at one of Ravilious' locations that he covered. I'm at the Long Man of Wilmington. So I'm going to try and put my own spin on that. And I'm just nearly there now, so I'll show you what I've got in mind. But it looks like from here that the giant has had a bit of a fresh bit of paint put down on him, which is actually really helpful if that's the case, because the last time I was here, I don't think it stood out as much. So yeah, hopefully my luck's in and that'll help me out for what I've got in mind. But anyway, I'm going to truck on and I am going to set up and then hopefully show you what I've got in mind for tonight. Something about this area as well that I think is extra special. Down south you do get, especially at the South Downs, you do get pretty dramatic scenery compared to what I'm used to every day. So yeah, it's great coming down here. The local area around here actually is pretty famous for artists, not just Ravilious. Just down the road there's another famous house called Charleston House, which was where Dora Carrington lived, who was another famous British artist. So yeah, this whole area seems to be a sort of magnet for artists. So so no pressure for me to capture the shot tonight. Let's hope I get it right. But there are two other Ravilious locations around here. One is Cuckmere Haven, so there's the view from the top of the hill, and then the other one is Beachy Head, which might be a little bit tricky in the dark. I'm going to try and cover at least one, maybe a couple, we'll see how we get on. But yeah, I mean, look at it. Absolutely beautiful evening, hopefully some stars out, and we've got a giant on a hill. What more could you want, you know? Let's get going. Alright, so I am going to attempt to show you what's going on before it gets too dark. What I'm hoping for tonight is just a single exposure type shot. I don't have a star tracker, I'm not a pro, I don't even know how to set one of those up, so I'm just going to go for a single kind of Milky Way shot. It's still crystal clear, not a cloud in the sky. There's a few mountain bikes around on the hills that I can see in the distance. In fact, there's a whole squad of them coming up, so I better just be careful that they don't ride into my setup, because that would be a little bit annoying. Anyway, I will show you my setup just now. So what I've got here is my Canon that has been set up with the 17-40. It's currently on f4 and I'm shooting at ISO 1600. Really happy with a couple of shots that I've bagged on that, and then moving over to my second camera. I've just taken a few different shots for this, but this is unfortunately on a mega flimsy tripod, unfortunately. Not a great start, but however, this is my Fuji X-T2 and I've got a 12mm Samyang lens on there, as you can see. Yeah, I'm using two cameras just in case I need to. Yeah, that is again at f2, so I'm able to stop down to f2 on this lens. And I don't know if you can see that, but we are, yeah, pretty much focused at infinity. I'm on f2, ISO is 1600, and that's given me a shutter speed of around 9 seconds, which should eliminate any star trailing. On the Canon, slightly different, it's about 18 seconds, but I'm shooting about 15 seconds just to be sure. So there are my settings. It's getting a bit chilly, so I'm going to head back. That's a super bright light, not very flattering. And I'm going to grab a cup of tea and I'm going to head over to another location. I've got two locations in mind. I'm going to choose which one on the way. I just wanted to jump out of the video just to give you a quick update on what happened after I left Wilmington. So I finished up shooting there, bagged a couple of frames, which I'm quite happy with actually. I'll put those on in a minute. First frame I went for was like a wide angle shot. I think I mentioned I was shooting at 17mm, so you got quite a lot of angle of view there. And I had the giant in the background with the Milky Way above, which is kind of what I had in mind, which is great. So I bagged that, and then while I was processing those images, I thought there's definitely something more I can do, a little bit more I can push with on the post-processing side. What I attempted to do was flip the image, and as soon as I did that, I saw this S-curve kind of come into play, and I really like that. And the other thing I did was play with the sort of midnight element, or the blue element. Brought that in quite a lot, so I hope you like that. Anyway, it's something that, you know I've got to improve on. There's a lot of noise in that image. There's a few things I'd look to improve, but overall, yeah, I'm happy. I mean, that is kind of what I wanted to achieve. Something new, something, you know, create something new. Having seen Ravilious' work in the Towner Gallery, so hope you like that one. And then after I finished up at Wilmington, I headed down the road to Cuckmere Haven, which is another Ravilious location. I arrived there in the dark, which is probably not the best thing to do when you're shooting astro. You definitely want to be sort of concentrate on one composition, I would say, and work that rather than moving around the location, especially in the dark, which was tricky. So what I was finding is I was sort of having to shoot and then recompose the image based on what I've just shot. So making sure that the river was in the right place, because I couldn't see that in the field. Obviously it was pitch black, so little details like that I couldn't make out. So I had to shoot, recompose, and then shoot again. Which isn't brilliant. I think next time I'll just focus on one location. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the shot that I got at Cuckmere Haven. It got me creating something new. It got me, you know, doing what I like doing, which is taking photos and learning something new, which is definitely what astro is doing for me at the moment. And the Milky Way was just going below the horizon at the time I got there. So rewind the clock about an hour, stay in place, and that's kind of what I'll aim for next time. But I'll put that up now anyway, and I hope you like that and the other shots. Ravilious was lost at sea when he was just 39 years old. He was out on a mission trying to search for a downed plane, I believe. And I think that's a great shame, because who knows what other artworks would have been created. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been all about taking inspiration from art and then getting out and trying to create something new. So I hope that's come across. And if you did enjoy the video, please give me a like and hit that subscribe button. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.